Alright, so this is going to be a new thing for me. Please bear with me. I'm experimenting with new transitions for certain aspects of this video. I'm also just using some old stuff that you've seen in all of my videos. Please bear with me as we go through this, as all of this is new. Let me know your thoughts on all of what you can catch, and just let me know down below how it looks, how it feels, and if you want or would prefer not to see this kind of content from me going forward. This is going to be a one-off so far. If MechaBREAK becomes really cool and gets a lot of attention, probably might be a staple switch on my channel. We'll wait and see. Now, into the actual video. How's it going, everybody? So, in today's video, we're doing kind of a post-live commentary, thoughts / wants and such for MechaBREAK. So, for those of you who don't know what it is, MechaBREAK is a third-person mech shooter, arena shooter, extraction shooter game with a very almost polished feel to it. And it is in open beta right now. This is the third beta test that they've had for it so far. I partook in the first beta test last year, which is surprising that it's been that long. Now, with that being said, you would imagine that a beta test is going to be fairly glitchy. There have been glitches. I've had matches where my ping gets to 1,000, and then you kind of have to wonder how the game is being played, what's going on. I've also had matches where I've got effectively 0 ping, and the match plays beautifully. So, few things right out the gate there. Good and bad. Now, what's the main meat and potatoes for MechaBREAK? Well, I would say that it honestly starts with the pilot customization, the mech customization, and what I would say is kind of the main draw or main main pushback point on the game is MechaBREAK. So, I have featured video footage from each. Each is represented on the screen above my character, as you can see. So, pilot customization. This is a almost Dark Souls level customization system. If not, I'd say almost a little more in-depth, because you get a preset. You can go in and adjust each of the individual presets to be to your liking. So that means you could have a lot of different possible character look combinations. Now, a couple things here. Certain customization options are locked behind a premium currency. I believe it's called Corite. I'm going to look it up in the game real fast right now to tell you if I'm right or wrong. Okay, it is correct. Corite is a premium currency, which in the open beta test right now, there is an event live that allows you to play MechaBREAK and earn crates that give you a random amount of Corite. It is an open beta test. I'm okay with that feature being that way. I would like to see ways to earn this in-game through either the voting system, some way of earning or gifting the currency to players through their efforts in interacting with the game. That would be nice. It's not necessary. If they keep it in MechaBREAK, I would be fine. But there are players who would like it to be earnable in Verge, which is a PvP-centric mode, not a Tarkov-style mode. Now, that does play into the editing of your character, because to edit your body after the initial customization, you need 380 Corite. Now, like I said, each crate in the current game can give you a random amount. I have had one give me 200, I've had one give me 300, I've had some give me less than 100. I've seen 6 of the crates. I've seen varying amounts. I'm okay with that. Now, to edit your character's face and hair, I believe the face... no, it's eyes. The eyes require about 140, which is okay. However, if you want to edit all of the different eye options you have, that's going to cost you a pretty penny. So, keep in mind with that as you will. Hair is customized through an in-game currency called Matrix Credits. These are the main earnable credits that you'll get from blue boxes and through purple boxes that will drop in MechaBREAK. I have currently seen probably upwards of 500k, or no, closer to 100k. Pretty good for not playing day in and day out since its launch on the 23rd of February. I'd say that's alright. Now, I do, and this will be a point here for this, mainly just for overall, I kind of wish Matrix credits were earnable in all activities, not just MechaBREAK. Does it have to be the same amount as MechaBREAK? No. I would be okay with them having the amount that you earn in Verge, as it is a sole PvP mode, and it plays with a rank system. Now that'll come into play a little bit later. But for now, to finish off pilot customization, you also have earnable outfits, some bought with Corite, some through achievements. There is a plethora of achievements. So, if you do play the game, look at the achievements, dig into them. There's a lot. Now, moving from pilot to mech customization. Mech customization, you have 13 playable strikers in this open beta. Now, there are 6 more fully developed strikers on the way for Seasons 1 and 2. There are 3 more in development for Season 3. This game has longevity kind of baked in, or the idea of longevity. So, kudos to the devs for wanting this game to succeed and for accepting player feedback to try and make the game better. Now, to get into mech customization, you have 2 skins, quote-unquote, for each mech that you can customize. Each skin gives you a basic format, as you can see in my top right of the screen. Each paint setting gives you the option to edit it as a whole, or edit the individual sections, down to the weapons and auxiliaries of your chosen mech. It is a very pleasing system to work with, as I have currently seen mechs that look like fictional characters. Optimus Prime, I currently have a Samus/Various suit inspired fashion combination between my pilot and mech. I've seen Gundam, I've seen all kinds of different ones. It is amazingly thorough, and for those that are fashion oriented, you will have a blast. Now, that is not to say that there is not more editing options in the game, as when you get into the editor, you also have patterns, you've got insignias, you've got accents. There's a lot there. Not much more to be said on that, as you'll see it, you'll get into it, mess around with it a couple times. All black mechs, all white mechs, still very clean. Honestly, some of the better looking ones. You also have, if you're coming from Destiny, you know what Titans look like. You know what people do with them. They turn them into crayons. I've seen that too. Have at it. It's up to you to decide your look and one that you like. You have 2 different palettes that you can work with, which I find is great because I can switch between 2 different looks at will. Alright, that's kind of all I have to say on the mech customization. Actually, let's go ahead and talk about the mod system, because there is a modding system in this game. You've got all your different rarities: blues, greens, whites, yellow, or blue, yeah, whites, greens, blues, purples, and yellows. Now, in the game, as it currently stands, there is also an assembly option, so you can take 10 of your chosen mod and turn them into the next rank. What I will say is the flawless rank, the yellow, the 4th rank, is a bit on the spendy side. I'd honestly drop it to about 1500 of the Matrix credits, because you can run yourself dry on credits if you're not continuously playing MechaBREAK. Which, in order to really take advantage of this system, you do play MechaBREAK. So, kind of a give and take there from someone who's played a little MechaBREAK but a lot of Verge. It's kind of a system, but I do appreciate that it exists and that you can take the mods that you've earned through gameplay, forge them into better, stronger ones, and then proceed to go from there. Now, you've got 4 or 5 different settings that you can work with. You've got engines, you've got armor, you've got propulsion, you've got a... I don't know what you call that. Kind of a reset from hitting the ground too hard. An unsteady section of mods, and then you've got a targeting section of mods. There's a very nice little associated menu that kind of shows what you're messing with and where you're improving, or kind of each mod is a give and a take so far. So you give some armor for maximum health, some defense for a certain weapon type for health or energy, etc. Very nice little mod system, very simple to understand, very akin to older games like old For Honor armor system. So for those that played that as well, you understand what I'm talking about. But if you get in the game, it's very simple to understand. Alright, let's talk a little bit about gameplay, because I haven't quite gotten there yet. So for gameplay, you've got 3 different modes. You've got MechaBREAK, your extraction mode. That's where you'll get most of your mods, you'll get most of your gear, and you'll get patterns for weapons that you can take into MechaBREAK. Because in MechaBREAK, you have the option to drop drones, or supply beacons. So you've got a beacon that drops an extraction rocket that comes up every 10 minutes. That one allows you to extract certain high pieces of gear. It allows you to extract anything, but for how you want to use it, you extract your highest rarity gear early. That way you can carry either more high rank gear and extract yourself, or if you die and your whole team dies, you at least come out still with something. So, in MechaBREAK, you use the rocket. You also have a healing drone that you can drop down up to, I believe, 3. You have a summoning beacon so that if your teammates die and you get away, or you kill the enemy team that attacked you, or if they died to a laser turret, that happened to me once, I will admit, you can bring them back. Very nice, very well thought feature. Now, here's a gripe that I have that covers all gameplay modes. The ping system is very rudimentary. You don't have a ping for health, which I would feel is a very good thing to have, especially since your healers can also deal a fair bit of damage in this game. Otherwise, you can generally ping what's there, but a healing ping or a I need healing ping would be very nice to have. So if the devs are watching, that would be appreciated. Now, in MechaBREAK, there is a storm system that will overtake the map if you do not dismantle timed events within the map. So you dismantle those, you gain points, or if you don't dismantle them, or if anybody on the map does not dismantle them, a storm will appear. And that storm can grow to the point that it engulfs the entire map, taking away your extraction zones, which will end up with you not being able to extract, and if you have high-level gear, hope that you have an extraction rocket, because you may lose it. Now, general mode for MechaBREAK, that's kind of it. Verge. Verge is your PvP. Within PvP, you have control type mode. You've got a beacon type mode. You've got a dismantle mode, a push the payload mode, and a pure elimination mode. Each one plays very well with the right team comp. This game is very team comp based. And for how long I've played, I'm almost diamond... What am I at right now for Verge? I am diamond 4. My duo, or my teammate, is currently in Masters 5. Team composition does play a role further into the ranks. In the very early ranks, team composition didn't really matter. Not everyone understood the game, everyone was still learning. Take that and use it to your advantage. As with the game in its current state, and maybe even into the future. I don't know. People have already been starting to learn some different techs that if you get into the game, I highly recommend the Discord server. I got in there. I actually found a couple techs that I need to start practicing to help make my gameplay a little bit better for me, just to be a better tank. Alright, so kind of the end of the video here, because I know we're getting pretty close to the end, and I know that some of you probably didn't stick around all the time. That's okay. If some stuck to the end, or like skip to the end, here's kind of the overall at the end here. So, thoughts on the game so far. Overall, I very much enjoy it. It feels polished, even in a beta state. The devs are interacting with their community. I appreciate this. They're getting feedback. I have been hit with a few in-game surveys so far, where I've given some feedback to ideas and options they can add. In the previous beta test I partook in, I added the request of customizable HUD, which they did add, by the way. My HUD is actually modified slightly to allow myself to have a better viewing experience and not so much clutter. Thank you, devs. Very appreciated. Some other things that I do enjoy is the overall gameplay. It's a little clunky, but for a mech game, it's done well. It's done really well. If you are good with resource conservation, the game is beautiful. If you need to learn it, the game will teach you very fast, because you'll most likely get downed a lot. Alright, what else do I have to add? I think up on the screen here, probably in the next few seconds, you'll see kind of my overall thoughts on the beta test so far. But just kind of a little bit here, more from me. Not associated with the video. This is kind of my end of the video ramble now. So, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully it was enjoyable. This is a post-commentary trying to figure out a new style of content. Messing with it a little bit. I'm still going to learn a couple new videos. In the future we'll mess around with some of these settings as well. So some of the fluid, the videos that you see on the screen, I'm going to see about messing with some of those in the future for possibly even Destiny videos where I'll show recoil or something else, as it's something I do kind of want to experiment with, given that you guys like the idea. Other than that, I've not done a video like this yet. This is a first for me. So, there's a lot of rambling. A lot of my public speaking skills were lackluster, as I didn't come into this with a fully thought out presentation effectively. This is all Adlib, all off the tip of the tongue. So, yeah. With that being said, here's the open beta test thoughts. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.